Tēnā koutou. No mai haere mai ki tēnei wānanga no Toi Tangata nei. Koinei he wāhanga kia taia e mātou ki te whakapuaki e tahi kōrero e tahi rauemi ki te hunga whakapiki hauora ngā mahinga o te whakapākiri tinana me te roa sekai. No reira tēnā koutou katoa no mai haere mai. Welcome to this Toi Ako webinar. Today we're going to be looking at growing the Puna as a project, and in particular the summer internships here with Toi Tangata. We'll go with you, Kelly. Kia ora, Kelly.
Kia ora koutou, tēnei te mihi mahana, kia koutou I tēnei rā. He uri ahau no te tai tōkero, ko maunga taniwha te maunga, ko tōkero te moana, ko Ngāti Kahuti iwi Ngāti Tara te hapu, ko Kelly Grogan taku ingoa. Awesome team. Just to let you know, this is all a learning experience for me too, as I'm learning to be a digital native in this Toi Tangata world. But looking forward to sharing with you today a kaupapa around growing the Puna. Kia ora team. So for those of you who might be connecting to Toi Tangata for the first time, Toi Tangata is a national organisation that has a key role around positive health, physical activity and nutrition. And we come representing the physical elements of our environment, of food, of movement, and all of that contributes to our oranga. Tama ora is connected to the mana, the tapu, the mauri of our oranga, and draws on that mātauranga Māori to contribute to our oranga. That's our vision, and that's what guides us as a team. As I'm learning here, team, I'm going to, how do I move to the next slide? Oh look, I just wanted to add that one in there, team. So that is Tokero. This is my home. I'm really fortunate to live up in Taipa. This is way in the background. You can see Te Pū o Te Wheke, and this is us here up in Te Hauora Te Huku. We have an awesome team at Toi Tangata, and for those that will join us within the summer internships, this is the people that you'll be connected into. We have a team of around, well, about 10, plus we've got a wider whānau of contractors. This is us last week as we were celebrating and acknowledging Leonie Mātoi, who has been with our team for the past 15 years and has recently left us and on new adventures with her own iwi, connecting in a business development role, but just mihi atu ki aia I tēnei wā. So we have a team that have a whole range of skill sets connected with nutrition, sport, exercise, physical activity, a lot with Te Reo Māori. We have a team of evaluators and are held down with our pau, Mātere and Danielle, who support a lot of our work in the office. So this kaupapa and this presentation is all about sharing one of our innovations, growing the Puna. And we've got the opportunity today to connect with two of our past summer interns, which is Hariata, who is the one leading and leading this kaupapa today, as well as Chelsea, who will also be joining us. Growing the Puna came out of experience in the work. We recognised that there was a range of students who had awesome skill sets, had a lot to contribute, but often, one, we weren't even aware who they were around the country. One, you would read about these amazing master's theses or dissertations, and they would never be connected back to us in the sector. And we thought, how do we strengthen the connections between those tauira coming through nutrition and physical activity worlds across our vast range of university or tertiary providers in the country? And what are the opportunities to connect their gifts, their talents, their abilities to innovation that is happening within our world at Toi Tangata? And probably more importantly, connects to the community and those that are in our sector across the country, and how can we be starting to foster and grow those relationships. So growing the Puna in a bigger sense, we've got a couple of goals as I said, we're going to foster that whanaungatanga between those students, the community and the sector. Acknowledging the gifts and talents and abilities that our tauira have to contribute to innovation. And on that one, it's about how do we support that connection of innovation from the beginning of someone's learning journey, not necessarily having to wait till they're in senior roles or in paid positions. Being able to give opportunities for students to contribute at a regional and national level, and trying to help support the knowledge that they bring, students bring, just recognising that their knowledge can be contributing at that level as well. And also where we can, connecting tauira back to whānau, hapu and iwi learning as well. Growing the puna overall there's a number of elements within it. The Summer Internship is the one we're going to talk to today, but we do have at Hui Atau each year, our national conference led by Toi Tangata, we have a space for tauira to present their own research or their own learnings to the sector. We have about 4 places where students can apply to present. That's pretty cool because often, you know, it can be a pretty nerve-wracking environment to go and present at a national level, but Hui Atau is quite a creative, supportive place to present. Within Hui Atau, we also have student awards, a tauira award each year. There is the opportunity to connect into that space. Moving ahead, we would like to foster more the tuakana-taina relationship. So as we are learning where our different students are around the country in physical activity or nutrition-related kaupapa, how do we connect them to tuakana in the sector to start supporting their learning and their connections into the workforce? On that, I just want to acknowledge if anyone is listening in who aren't within sport and exercise science type degrees or aren't in dietetic or nutrition degrees, there is definitely still opportunities for you to connect in your skill set to Toi Tangata. That's one of the magic I think about our organisation, is that we recognise that everyone has a role to contributing to the oranga of our people. And sometimes the best innovation comes from those kapatis with those of our whānau within different sectors who have different lens to the issue. So just mihi to you if you are coming in and you're in a different space, there is still an opportunity for you to connect in. Moving ahead, we would like to start having a wānanga each year to connect all of the students around the country and start seeing how we can start fostering those networks again from an early stage. So 2015, and we have a photo here of Emma and Hariata, was the first year that we led our summer student internship. So we have 2 of these each year, and the opportunity is to connect them to a 10-week internship. And this year, I might check in. Hariata, do you want to check in now and just share your experience from the first year of internships and what happened that year?
I was fortunate enough to be one of the 2 interns who were part of the first round, and it was a really, well, for me, it was a really career-changing experience. I had previously studied a range of things, like Kelly talked about. Our group is quite mixed, but I had studied them in separate settings. All Māori te reo kind of parts, and more recently sport and exercise science. So I hadn't quite found a way to connect those. So coming across this internship was a little bit of a random process. I got a bit of a recommendation from a lecturer. Didn't know much about public health or health promotion either. I decided to go for it, and it completely changed the course of my career. Yeah, I was able to match up, I suppose, 2 integral parts of my interest, my passion, and what I had studied. So at that point, my profession so far. And being able to be, one, engaged with community, because we went out and did some field research, doing some professional research for an organisation, and then having to relay that, present that back was a really good challenge for both myself and Emma was the fellow intern with me at that time. So yeah, really fantastic experience that you just don't get from simply studying. Kia ora.
Cool. Awesome. Kia ora, Hariata. And I'm just thinking about that, you know, one of Toi Tangata's goals also, this falls within an element of our workforce development. And we really would love students to get into roles. We want you to get into roles in the future in your jobs and your career which you are passionate about. And we see these internships as an opportunity to explore and see what are the different diverse roles within our sector of Māori Public Health, nutrition and physical activity, but also connecting to different communities, and you see how other communities have created roles with the knowledge in this space. This is just highlighting some of the activities that happened in our very first year. We've got Dr. Hirangi Heke there. Hariata and Emma explored around mātauranga Māori and looked to create a number of kaitiaki sets of physical activity, connecting to the knowledge of the environment. We had the opportunity with the interns to connect out into the taia was something that we make sure we weave in. It's definitely not an opportunity. The internship isn't about staying in the office. We want you to get out there to connect with people and have, you know, great learning opportunities. Here's a couple. So this is our 4th year of having interns. This is the last year's photos. So we have another Emma and Crystal here at our hui tau that was held down in Otaki at Te Wānanga o Raukawa. Crystal also with her tertiary t-shirt representing there. Yeah, this is again, I might connect Chelsea, you in here, if you'd like to share your experiences. So in the 2nd year here we have Chelsea who's going to come on to kōrero with us, and we also have Fabian who is down there in the, you can see him in the sand at Hot Water Beach. Hi. Kia ora, Chelsea.
Like Kelly was saying, I was part of the 2nd year group, and it was an awesome experience. It was pretty much really perfect timing. I'd finished my bachelor's degree in physical education and had just finished my postgraduate diploma, and I focused on rangatahi and Māori identity and its significance to health and well-being. And it was during that end of that period of my disc that I started to look into my own identity by exploring whakapapa. So the timing was perfect to come into an internship and have the opportunity to work with Toi Tangata and Ihi, particularly with the Atua Matua framework. And it's fair to say that it's contributed highly to my pathway since. At the time, I hadn't enrolled or even thought about what I was going to do after my internship had ended. So yeah, the decision, I'm glad that I made the decision to come to Toi Tangata. It helped me make the decision to continue on to a master's, but it also helped me to define and guide my topic to my master's, which was looking at the influence of whakapapa on health and well-being by walking your pepeha. But you know, those challenges along the way through the internship for personal growth were awesome, as well as obviously the learning. And like Kelly was saying before, you know, we get out of the office a lot and we establish really, really strong relationships around the country. I think we went to Kaikohi, to Rotorua, to back home for me in Hawke's Bay, down to Temuka, and then obviously the hui tau that was in Karatane, just about 30 minutes from Dunedin. And those relationships I've still held really strongly throughout after the internship. You know, I actually met the Hikoi for Life brothers during the internship, and I was really honoured to have them a part of my masters as well. So just pretty much everything that I've been able to obtain, the knowledge, the experience, and those relationships have just flourished since my internship experience, and they've continued to do so. And even my relationship with Kelly is very strong, and we connect all the time. Most recently, just at a wānanga up in Hawke's Bay for me. So it's a decision that I'm so glad that I made to be a part of, and very honoured to have the pleasure to be able to do it as well. And such a grateful experience that I've had. So yeah, if you are thinking about it, and like Kelly said, you don't need to be in that physical activity, physical education or nutrition sector. There's many ways to help to improve our oranga as Māori. So I would highly encourage getting amongst and applying, because it's a decision that I've never regretted, and I'm sure you wouldn't either. And just, yeah, the Toi Tangata whānau as well, it's a very safe and comfortable environment to be in as well. So yeah, definitely tautoko the kaupapa of Toi Tangata and support the internship. Awesome experience. Yeah, kia ora.
I suppose, Tim, for those that are listening in, you can recognise the internships is definitely not just a 10-week journey and then say goodbye. All of our tauira that have come through are very much part of the whānau for life, really. And that's something that is āhua of us as Toi Tangata. We want to be supporting students coming through to connect their passion, their skills, their abilities to meaningful approaches in Māori physical activity and nutrition. And this is one way that we can contribute to this as an organisation, a national organisation in Toi Tangata. So we have been growing the space around the summer internships. I just would also like to say at this point, we are also looking to grow. Often, to those kaimahi who already are in roles and positions around the country, we would like to be exploring those opportunities for workforce development for you to be able to have like internship type. How do you get to go? You might want to learn more about working with rangatahi in an urban space. We're looking to see how can we connect you in as a kaimahi, almost like not sure if it's a sabbatical or like a placement internship space, but for those of us who are already in workplace settings, that's something we would like to evolve and develop in the future. For this year, we have, for the first time, we are evolving new relationships with different tertiary providers. So we have our internship opportunity alongside University of Otago for students coming through to Koronga. We will be sharing more about that in the coming weeks, but that is an opportunity specifically for a tauira within that university. And we're also having conversations with students, with Te Wānanga Ōraukaua. So going ahead, we would like to build more relationships with different tertiary providers too. So if you're someone who works within those tertiary organisations, we would love to be having conversations with you to see how we can be supporting your students coming through and they're supporting their learning and entrance into the workforce. Okay, so for those who are on board specifically about the internship, this year we have, like I said, we have one internship specifically with Toi Tangata, and we're exploring two others, one with the University of Otago and one with the Te Wānanga Ōraukaua. These are 10-week internships. They're worth $5,000, and they are based at our office in Toi Tangata. So for those like Chelsea was one of them, you do need to move and be within the Auckland space over those 10 weeks. Ideally, you need to be a student. You need to be an enrolled student. Currently, these internships are for enrolled students pursuing a degree or postgraduate studies. Like I said before, although traditionally we have aligned these initially to physical activity and sport and exercise, but more recently for nutrition and dietetics students. We are still open if you're listening in and you come from arts degree space, or wherever you come from and wherever you're learning, we're still open to you applying for the internship and having the conversation about what a meaningful project would be. I've got a question. Okay, chat. What are the first steps to enrol on the Toi Tangata? What are the games? Kia ora, Kataraina. So this afternoon at 3 o'clock, we will be, I'll just put that away. This afternoon, we will be launching the application on our Toi Tangata website within the Growing the Puna space. The team can send out that link to all of the participants today by the end of this afternoon. You just need to apply, and the process is we have a number of criteria that we look for. We then choose the successful candidates and we let them know probably within 2 weeks. So I think the applications are going live today. Hareata, do you have on you the time they need to be in by?
Kia ora. So applications go live today. Sorry, my camera's not on. Applications go live today and they are closing on Friday the 28th of October at 5 p.m. So you've got just over 2 weeks.
Cool, awesome, thanks Hareata. And we normally make the decision within the week, 2 weeks. We also go and check in with different referees from those students, so we need to have a bit of space to do that. The games, look, I think Hareata and Chelsea probably communicated more effectively the gains from a student perspective than I can, but we definitely try and ensure you get meaningful learning opportunities connected to Māori physical activity and nutrition, to be able to explore how we connect mātauranga Māori into our sector, into our space, to be able to have time with other leaders within our sector, within our organisation, as well as we look to try and connect you, depending on your passion, to those around the country who you might be able to gain or have some good learning experiences with. Where am I going? I'm just going to push enter. No. This year, in terms of our project, there's a couple of things going on. One of them is that system science is a key kaupapa that's being led around the country in our sector at the moment. It's informing a lot of the practice within different program delivery. Healthy Families is an example of a system science approach, if you want to go and check that out online. We've recently been doing some training with Professor Boyd Swinburne, and trying to learn, understand for ourselves what system science is about and how do you create these things called causal loop diagrams. They might sound pretty boring, but the journey to how to do one is something we'd like to explore within this internship, teaching both us as well as students that come through. Within that, the students would be connecting to a number of communities to contribute to understanding what that kaupapa is. There is the opportunity to present at our Hui a Tau, your learning experience, and that's something we do every year. So each of the summer interns have a workshop space at our national Hui, which is great because, again, you can put those onto your CV in terms of presenting in a national space, but also you get the opportunity to share your learnings. And of course, the opportunities, like I've said before, to connect with a range of people around the country, and learning around Māori public health, nutrition and physical activity. The actual kaupapa this year, there's two, for those that will be joining in with the University of Otago, there will be a wānanga happening where students will be co-designing and determining the project. We're going to take that learning into our project this year too, and so while we would like a kaupapa to be around system science, the approach, we would want to work with whoever our successful interns are to determine and create a project based on their passion and what they're interested in. So we would be doing that within the first week of a student's internship. So team, that's probably us. We will have our applications live. They're actually going to be live by 3 o'clock, team. We just got to make some changes to the enrolment form. But we would love for you to apply, and we are available if you've got any more questions. You can contact, check out our website, toitangata.co.nz, or you can find the details to contact myself, Kelly Corrigan, or Hariata as well. I'm just going to check in with either Hariata or Charles. Is there anything else you guys would like to share?
Just to reiterate what I was saying before, I'd highly encourage anyone to apply. And like Kelly was saying, I think you can kind of just use your passion and they can cater to that for this internship. Yeah, so I tautoko everything that has been said today, and yeah, it'd be great if you get accepted, and it'll be a great internship.
Awesome. Kia ora. I suppose I just wanted to reiterate a couple of points as well. If you're somewhat interested, even a little bit interested, I would encourage you to apply. It's a worthwhile experience, even just the application process, and it lets us know as Toi Tangata workers who's out there doing things, and we can scope the area because we can't know these things without interacting with people. Another part that I'm really, I suppose, excited about is this is actually a meaningful internship. You get to contribute to projects that will have an ongoing effect, whether you choose to be in this particular sector or not. You're connected, so you're part of the whānau from then on, but you get to do lots of work that doesn't always happen in an internship opportunity. Your way of thinking, your critical analysis will be really tested from a Māori approach, a Māori lens, so it's a really strong cultural connection that often is not possible in a university setting. So with those 2 points in mind and the fact that you just should give it a go, those are my final sentiments for you guys. So we'll close it off there. Kia ora. Thank you everybody for coming, for joining in this experience. Noho ora mai, and we'll see you again for another webinar. Ka kite.
Ka kite.
Ka kite.